Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome back. My name is Jax, and today we are talking about embracing simplicity and how simplicity in life is almost always the best way to go and the best way to be, the best way to live. It's less stress, it's less difficulty, it's just less, in so many ways and more in so many others. Basically, that has kind of, if you had to sum up the start of my year, like the first 3 months that we've been through so far, it would be simplify. I have really simplified the way I live, what I do, how I interact, who I interact with. And I've got to say, I have appreciated life a lot more than last year. I like to think that I'm a pretty mindful guy. I try and stay with it. I try and constantly focus on the important things, live life, live in the present. And I have to say, the last 3 months have been far better for that. And a lot of it has to do with simplifying and simplicity. You guys know that I'm a Taoist. And if you don't know, I'm a Taoist. And basically what that means is living simply, understanding that you cannot shape or alter the universe, but you can choose how you react, which gives you a lot of agency and a lot of power. And recently, it's just been coming down to simplifying. I've been doing like a lot of research and study into whole foods, simplifying what I wear, how I dress, what I sleep in. Like there's going to be lots of videos about stuff like this coming, but the idea of just wearing plain cotton and linen fabric, stuff that we've been wearing for thousands of years, simplifying, making it easier, looking for brands that do that kind of thing. The idea of just eating whole foods, eating once a day, not focusing on the processed foods, not allowing myself to go into that area of life. And then when it comes to like socializing and stuff, really take care of the people I love, communicate with you guys, let you know how life's going, what's going on, but not endlessly scrolling on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, and simplifying how I do things like that. Simple meditation, breathing. It costs absolutely nothing, and it is incredibly powerful just to take a deep breath, to focus on yourself, focus on your body, focus on the present moment, and lose yourself in meditation. Early morning stretching, just stretching in the morning, simplifying it. I have a lot less aches and pains. I make sure that my body is ready for the day, ready to go. Drinking lots of water. Really simple, really, really basic and simple, but just making sure my body has enough water to hydrate my skin, hydrate all of my internal organs, allow me to sweat, make sure that, I'm feeling good that way. Eating once a day. Again, this works for my body, might not work for yours or your schedule, but I find a simplicity in meal prep, preparing everything that I'm going to eat, making sure that it's as healthy as it can be, as it's from good quality sources and ingredients, making sure to like wash my vegetables. Like, it's really simple stuff like this. I'm not trying to paradigm shift or change the world. I'm just simplifying how I interact with it. And it has saved me so much time, so much effort, so much money, and just allowed me to enjoy every day-to-day existence that I get to do. Because so much of life has been turned into running around and having to do this and do that, and you've got to go here and you've got to spend this and make sure you're doing this, and talking to people constantly and constantly texting back and forth, and I've just kind of said enough. Like, that is too much. And I really just enjoy existing. And I know this video seems kind of strange, especially coming from an influencer or like someone who's trying to, get people to watch, get people to do stuff. But in all reality, I'm just a happy little clam in my oyster shell. I know I just used two different animals there, but I'm really happy in my world, and I don't I don't have to worry so much about what's been going on in the world. I have to admit, I haven't been watching the news very much. I keep up to date with, specific things that I think are important, but I don't follow the day-to-day rush of what celebrities are doing or what is going on in the world, because as long as my sphere is doing well and I'm working to make the world a better place in my area, that's how I'm affecting real change. And I think a lot of people have this idea that, it's irresponsible not to watch the news and not to engage in all of the crazy media and sensationalism. But I don't believe that. I don't think it's good for our brains to know what's going on around the world when, we don't have any power or influence or agency to change that stuff. If you want to enact real change, write to your congresspeople, write to your elected officials and tell them, hey, I really don't like this. I don't like the language here. I don't like how you voted for this. I want you to vote this way. I voted for you. You are in my, that is real change. And I think so many people online yell at people. I'll say something like, oh, I don't watch the news. And I will see so many people yell at me being like, how dare you, all this stuff. But the people writing this, the people sending these messages to me, they don't talk to their local government. They don't affect real change. They don't go out and volunteer. They don't do any of this stuff that makes their world better. They don't pick up litter. They don't, and so who are they to tell anybody that they have to be, caring about this political issue? This is the end of our democracy. But no, it's not. It's not. It's not going to be. You might think one guy gets elected and that's it. It's not. It's just not. I'm sorry. But you might think, oh, he's awful, or she can't do this, or they can't do this. It's going to happen. You're going to have to face it. And if you don't want to face it, work hard to change it. But I want to impact the change that I want to impact. I'm going to live a good life. I'm going to live a simple life. And I'm totally fine with that. I have no regrets so far. And you just have to live how you want to live. Simply, easily, hopefully without stress and anxiety. The world is a taxing place, and everybody wants your attention. They want your money. They want your admiration. They want your pride. They want your anger. They want your frustration. They want to use that to get themselves elected or into power, or, to sell you something that will make the world better. And at the end of the day, a simple life is one of the strongest antidotes to all of that. It's not sexy. It doesn't sell. It doesn't sell weight loss books and diets. It doesn't sell fitness programs and gym memberships. It doesn't sell personal lifestyle brands. It doesn't do any of that. It's just simple living. Calories in, calories out is a really simplistic, basic form of dieting, and it's not sexy. It doesn't sell. And so people have an incentive to undermine it. There are so many areas of life where the simple is better, it's cheaper, and it's healthier for you. It's all natural. It doesn't require, some product. And so there's a lot of incentive to undermine it and say, oh, that's not true. That's fake. You need this. You need this. You need this vitamin D supplement. You need sunlight. If you can't get it, find a vitamin D supplement. But it's sunlight. It's simple. So much of life it comes down to simple truths. You can look at all the wisdom, all the knowledge on the planet, and it'll come down to some very simple rules. Everything in moderation. Don't eat bad food. Get some sunlight. Connect with people on a human face-to-face basis. None of it is revolutionary, but none of it costs money either. So that's my 2 cents. I don't know, this is kind of a different video than usual, but simplicity, there is beauty in simplicity, and You do not have to, that's another thing, simplicity, you do not have to listen to anyone. You don't have to listen to me. If what I've said in this video makes you angry, frustrates you, it makes me sound aloof, I apologize. That's not my intention. My intention is just trying to point out how complex and complicated and polar the world is, and how people are going to have motives in everything they say and they do, and they're going to try and sell you things. They're going to try and make you vote a certain way, do a certain thing. And the point of this video is to tell you that you get to choose. You can choose the simple, the easy, the quiet, the free, the cheap option, and it might be better for you. You know, I always go back to this anecdotal story that in the 16th and 17th century, a lot of the nobles and rich people had plates that were painted with lead paint on their plates. So they'd be eating food and getting lead poisoning. A lot of them went insane, their teeth rotted out, they had all kinds of stomach cancers and problems like that. Meanwhile, the peasant class, eating out of wooden bowls, eating off the ground, not having any kind of cutlery of any kind, and they were actually better off. They were better off and they had better health outcomes than these rich nobles who were exposed to all of these toxic chemicals and these things. And I think 50 years from now, we will look back on this era of social media, politics, economy, all the products that we have, the idea of like vaping, for example. We're gonna look back on all of this stuff and go, I cannot believe they thought that that was healthy. I cannot believe that they thought that that was okay to do to their body, to do to their children, to do to everybody. And I don't think you regret simplicity. I don't think you look back on your life and you're like, man, I wish I spent more and I did all of that crazy stuff and I followed all those trends. I don't think so. I think you're gonna look back and go, I'm glad I lived a simple life. I truly enjoyed every moment. I got to connect with the people I cared about. I ate the things that made me feel good and the things that were healthy for me, that are just common sense. I'm glad I did what I did. And that's what I'm banking on. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's all in the skin creams and all of the hair moisturizers and oils and, you know, diffusers and incense and all of that stuff. Not to say that any one of those things individually is bad for you. If you like incense, go for it, you know. Live your simple truth. But don't feel pressured to do a billion things and to consume a million things. It's just eat right, get some sun, move your body, connect with the people you love, and take a moment to appreciate where you are in the moment. Take a deep breath, live in the present, and enjoy. And I think that's a very positive and powerful message. So I hope this resonates with you. I'm very curious of your comments today. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.